I remember the first game, like walking out, I was crying internally because I was like, there's no way that I'm about to play a game in front of this many people.
Today on the podcast, we have Angel City star Riley Tiernan, one of the best young players in the NWSL. What I really love about her story is that she actually started as a trialist with Angel City. That is an unconventional path to start at and then get to the point of success that she's at. She's got 7 goals so far in her rookie season, which is nuts.
I loved talking to Riley. I feel like she's such a down-to-earth person, and I feel like it's because she's another East Coaster. She's from Jersey, but she has that like New York mentality, And she even said like her teammates say she's a frat guy, and I feel like we could relate in that way. I feel like we all have a little frat guy in us. But before we get to Riley, it's August, which means it is preseason. 'Tis the season, our favorite time of year. How do you feel, Alana?
Preseason is the ultimate Jet 2 holiday, is what I've decided. You think it's going to be great, and you get there, and you're like, this is rough.
I feel like it's just nonstop. Like you're just like, you have to be on all the time because you're trying to like meet new people, especially when you're a freshman. So you're trying to like be cool the whole time. You're trying like to like get your naps in. You're trying to do like everything all at once, and it's exhausting. But it's also like such a fun time of year. And like one of my favorite things right now that everyone's doing is the gear hauls, like on social. About to post a video on Instagram. We got boys shorts and like a couple of like hand down like socks that were like mismatched, disgusting. And these like players now are getting like the most like unbelievable gear. It's insane.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. We used to, our gear haul would be like the stuff that the men's lacrosse team isn't going to use anymore. And that's what we got. But yeah, girls today, man, they're getting the hookup.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I'm jealous. All right. So if there was one word that came to your mind for preseason, what would it be?
Like anxiety. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I wish you could be more positive, but
I feel the same exact way. I feel like I was like a ball of nerves, like leading up to it. I was not sleeping. I was like so terrified. The fitness test.
Even when I was a junior and a senior, I was still anxious. Like I knew exactly what it was going to be. Already knew everyone that was going to be there. I knew what it was going to feel like. And there was just still this anxiousness. I guess that's like excitement and anxiousness, like it all wrapped together.
Does anything come to your mind that you wish you knew before your first preseason?
Yeah, like how to eat correctly.
For
sure. I had like a whole sleeve of rice cakes before conditioning, and then I ate like 8 granola bars in between, and I was like, I wonder why I don't feel good.
you? I feel like it, especially because of all the free food, like it was like you go in there and you just like, it's hard to like not want to eat everything available to you. So like it's lunchtime and you're eating like you're at Thanksgiving. Like I feel like that was a struggle, especially for freshmen.
I do feel like, so we had this thing when we went to preseason and they would all dorm us in the same dorm hall and we would have a food room. The food room.
So unsanitary, so gross.
It would just be
on just mattresses.
Like, it would be a dorm room that instead of housing people in it, then we would just fill it with food. And we were allowed to grocery shop. Like the captains would go grocery shop for it. But yeah, I would find myself, it would be like 2:30 in the morning. And I'd be having a bowl of cereal, like by myself in the pitch blackness.
And that's where you meet the other weirdos as 2 a.m. also eating bowls of cereal in the dark.
It wasn't.
I feel like Riley was probably in there with you, right?
I think that's how Riley and I became friends. Yes.
I feel like that was like on one of my many bathroom like trips. I would see people like you guys in there as I would go back and forth because I was getting ultra hydrated, which was really annoying. But yeah, that's actually one of the things that I was thinking like before preseason is making sure you pick a good room, not next to the food room, which like probably doesn't exist anymore because it's probably against health code, and not near a bathroom because it's going to wake you up like every time you hear someone flush. So that was one thing.
Is there anything you wish you knew going into your first preseason?
Just little things like if you're going to keep injuries away, things like not breaking in new cleats where you're going to get blisters, like things that you can avoid. Wearing sunscreen because there's like you don't want to have the new sunburn on your shoulders while you're trying to play. It's like those are things that you can avoid. Also, something that probably, I don't know if this is going to be helpful to that many people, but like I was trying to fit in with the older kids and the older players, and we went like, and we got bikini waxes, and then we went tanning. I would definitely not recommend doing that in the same outing. just because you're trying to like hang out with the older players. It was brutal.
That is a rough time to partake in both of those activities. That's insane. Number one.
Yeah.
I do agree with you. Like, go in, you're a freshman. You can behave like a freshman. You can be a noob and it will totally be okay. You don't have to try and get the approval of everyone around you right away. That will happen with time.
Oh, and last one I would say is like learn how to do laundry. Like if you're adult enough to go to college, you should like know how to like do your wash.
I was like throwing like my regular clothes in with like the athletic wash. How disgusting is that? And now that I think about it, like the germaphobe in me, I can't even. That stuff was never clean. It was in a tight
Netted bag.
Stuff
So gross. And they'd all get stuck together, and then there'd be like 3 thongs from Old Navy like wrapping everyone's around. Unifying them. I feel like in preseason, like you start getting so delusional. Like we all thought our athletic trainer was hot because there's no one else around. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was like it's like you're on you're on Love Island, but there's no one there that you should be interested in. Which is
yes, yeah, like you're the last one to like pick someone to like match up with. So like you're just like, yep, this is it. This athletic trainer, this like 40-year-old man who like I shouldn't have any like reason to flirt with, and you're like giggling at his like jokes. Is there anything that like you would do different now looking back?
Yeah, I wouldn't go to sleep in between practices with ice packs on my body because I learned that the hardest way. And I had my first preseason, I like must have had a partial tear in my hip flexor or something. It was literally unbearable. It was the only thing I could think about while we were doing everything. But ice was like just like numbing the pain of it. So like in between sessions, I would lay in bed. I would get one of those excellently wrapped those bags of the ice. You know how when the trainer could really want really tight air in it. And I would like go to sleep. I'd sleep the whole night with like ice on my leg. Okay, so I woke up one morning and my skin was black. And I remember I text Courtney Riley and I was like, "You need to come in here right now." And it's like the front of my hip. So I had like my pants around my ankles. I was like, "Why is my skin black?" She's like, "Did you give yourself frostbite?" I had to go into the training room and he was like, "You're stupid. Don't ever do that again. Like it'll go away, but you're an idiot." And I was like, all right. I learned
So it was frostbite.
Yeah, literally my skin was black. Like
that's crazy.
And then I'm like, I didn't know skin could turn this color besides in like
wow.
Deeds. Yeah, it was gross.
That is wild. I've never heard of anyone doing that besides now. That's nuts.
I was like in the training room, I'm like, tell me this is reversible.
Well, that's a good tip. Well, yeah, I feel like I don't have anything that good, but I would say like just rest when you can. Like you're going to be going nonstop. So if you can get your like legs up and relax or nap or whatever, do it. Because I feel like I never did. I would just like always want to like hang out and shoot the shit or like go do stuff like getting bikini waxes. So I would rest, choose some rest. And recover the right way.
All right. We know some of you are in the thick of it right now. You're in our thoughts and prayers. But yeah, let us know what you guys do to survive preseason. Those of you that have been there before, what's one thing you wish you knew before you first won? Share the wisdom, tweet us, DM us, email us. But we'll pick some of our favorites in the next week and we'll read them out loud on our pod. Yeah, or if you're in the middle of it, let us know what you're learning in real time. It's a learning experience.
Good luck.
Okay, that's enough of the preseason nostalgia. Let's get to our interview with Riley.
Numbers in the box. Emsley crosses. It's in! Riley Tiernan has given Angel City another lead.
So you've had like such an amazing start to your pro career. How does it feel to already be making such waves in the NWSL?
It feels great, honestly, like a dream come true. I still sometimes can't believe that it actually happened. Yeah, I think my first goal was what gave me the confidence to keep going. And I think it was probably one of the top highlights of my life so far. And the only header goal I've ever scored.
Can you tell our listeners about that goal?
Yeah, honestly. I mean, Claire played, I don't think you could have gotten a more perfect pass. It went right to my head. I was just right place, right time. Went off the right spot and went in the net. And I honestly don't remember anything after that. I just remember like smiling ear to ear and running to hug my teammates.
It was really your first header goal ever?
Like, yeah, I scored one in college, but it was offsides. So that was my first official one, yes.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, it was great, though. My family group chat was blowing up after that, and everyone was so happy and excited for me, which was great. I remember after I scored, I was well, my first focus was to finish the game out, even though I felt like I just accomplished my life goal. But yeah, just a bunch of texts from the fan and all my friends saying, no way, like, congrats, that's amazing. And from there, it's just been a continuation of confidence and fun stuff.
Was your confidence feeling a little shaken leading up to that? Because I'd imagine this is like a lot of new environmental changes all at once. You're playing for a team that has one of the most electric atmospheres in the NWSL. With that, did that come anything that just made you like a little bit more nervous or anything like that? Or do you feel like you stay pretty level-headed and confident throughout those types of moments?
Confidence is one of my stronger suits, but I think sometimes I do get a little nervous. So it's just a mixture of trying to just stay focused. I remember the first game, like walking out, I was crying internally because I was like, there's no way that I'm about to play a game in front of this many people. Like, I was just honestly trying to survive and like do as much as I could the first game. But after that, just kind of took a deep breath and have been feeling a lot more calm and confident. So it's been good.
I loved like what your sister told you about breaking the door down. And I feel like that's really what you've been doing. Can you tell us what that means to you?
I was so grateful to even get like a chance. I think that is like the worst thing when you just like don't even get a fair chance. So I was really thankful that they took a risk and gave me an opportunity to be a trialist. And I came here knowing that I had to do literally anything I could to get a spot on this team. And I think coming from that perspective has just helped keep me like so grounded throughout this entire process, because I know what it was like to feel like it was not even a possibility for me. Like, it wasn't even in the cards. So to just be able to get on the team and then to actually be able to be on the field was like, honestly, I was never expecting that, but it was like a dream come true.
It's really cool because it seems like you like really took matters into your own hands. Like, you truly did everything in your power to get to where you are today, and none of it was handed to you. And I'm just curious, what was your way of preparing and ensuring that you got the greatest opportunity to be seen?
Yeah, as soon as my college season ended, I was at AP2T, which is a training place right by my school. Was there every day for probably like 3 hours, just doing whatever I needed, like usually an hour of technical, an hour of finishing, and a lot of pickup, which was really fun. I love like small-sided pickup. But yeah, and I did a lot of conditioning, and I was just full throttle, knowing that any chance that I got, I had to go in fully prepared, and I couldn't give anyone a reason to not choose me, honestly. Like, I didn't want them to be able to say like, oh, you're good, but you're not fit, or, oh, you're good, but this. Like, I wanted to make sure every box was checked before I went anywhere, and was working towards that.
What was the box that you needed to work on the most?
Finishing was something that I struggled with in college. And finishing is one of those things that's just repetition, and you need to just practice over and over again. So I worked with a personal trainer at AP2T, Maddie, and he helped me work on my form. He honestly like retaught me like I was a toddler learning soccer, just like the basic form. And he was like, this is going to sound stupid, but you just got to trust me. So
that is literally the way some moments, like, you have to do, if you did it the same way you've always done it, then nothing's going to change. Like, that is so, I think that is such a wonderful piece of advice, and like something that anyone can take back, because we get to these certain levels where we're playing on these certain teams, or we're playing college, and we think that like, well, I've learned this already. But like, going back to like the fundamentals of everything and literally building from the ground up, I mean, that's super admirable and really cool. And the reason you feel like scoring in college wasn't your strong point was because you had 34 assists, which is crazy. That's crazy. Were you growing up, were you always like creative, like a playmaker type of player?
Yeah, in high school, I definitely was the same way. My first look was always to dish it off to someone who's in a better spot. But yeah, no, I think it's just like soccer IQ. I think a lot of the times it seems like super simple, but sometimes people won't make the choice to pass it. But I think most of the time I think assists are just as good, if not better, than goals sometimes. So I think sometimes it's the easier choice and better choice.
It sounds so simple, but I feel like a lot of players don't recognize that. Like, you get that great of a feeling too. And obviously, like, you're doing a lot for the team, and you're being selfless when you do that. But
Exactly.
that's amazing. Yeah, you hold the record at your college for that?
Yeah, I do.
That's crazy. Wow, that's really cool. Did you always know that you wanted to go to Rutgers?
Yeah, it was my sister went there and I committed there when I was in 8th grade, I think. So it was definitely something that I knew. Just loved like the culture there and the coaches and just the culture that they built, honestly.
Did you play with your sister? Did you guys
No.
overlap at all? No.
She's older than me.
So you grew up going to her games?
Yes, I was at every single game playing.
That's
probably
really cool.
Playing on the other fields, kicking the ball around.
I'm curious, what did she say about her playing experience there that really sold you on wanting to be a part of that program as well?
Yeah, I think it's just a different mentality there. I think there's a lot of schools you can go to that are really technical and they have a lot of great players and a great name. But I think Rutgers is different. It's like I think work ethic is the main thing that separates it from other schools. And that was the way that my family grew up, and the way that my sister played was just like always hustling and working as hard as you can. And I think that's something that is kind of a rare find nowadays, to just bust your tail for as long as you can and put a good shift in. I would say watching her and seeing how much she would give every game was just like built in for me, and I did the same.
That's really cool. I feel like you've gotten a reputation for your work ethic and for being someone who grinds behind the scenes. How do you recover from those training sessions? How do you de-stress, unwind? What are your practices for that?
Yeah, we do a lot of massages, which are great, like leg flushes, a lot of stretching, and they're really good on staying on top of that. And if anything's hurting, I'll tell the trainers or DJ, our strength coach. Me personally, I guess because I'm also young, but I'm usually pretty good. Like I could run for a long time and not really feel too bad afterwards.
You got that youth on your side. That's not a bad thing. Obviously, some people are like just super hard grinders. Was it ever hard for you when you were young to find the balance between like taking a rest day or taking an off day? Because I know a lot of girls, like we ask all the time to our followers, like how many days off do you take during the week? And most of them say 0, which you can keep up when you're that young. But did you have a hard time when you were young taking rest days? And then what has helped you kind of lean into that as you've gotten into your career at higher levels?
Yeah, I would say when I was younger, I kind of worked harder, not smarter, I would say. So not too many off days, kind of just doing as much as I can. But then when I trained at AP2T this summer and winter after school, my trainers would just tell me like, take an off day, like you're fine, like it's not going to affect you, like it's good. You want to be smart. You want to make sure your body's good to go. So then I was like, okay, maybe like it's fine to take an off day and maybe it'll be better anyway. So I would do like more like active recoveries instead of just like not doing anything at all. So I would still go in there and I would either do like the elliptical or something to flush the legs and then do like the boots or something for a little bit.
You mentioned the culture in college. What about the culture now at Angel City? Because it's such a unique vibe, I feel like. What do you enjoy about the culture there?
There's a lot of similarities with the culture. I think everyone is there for each other. And I think there's certain foundations of a solid team that you need to be successful. And I think this team has a lot of those. I think everyone cares for each other, wants the best for each other. So just showing up every day for each other to make each other better. And I've been in my position, especially like being a rookie and coming from being a trialist, just trying to take in as much as I can, like as much information and listen to anything anyone can tell me to just continue to grow. And there's a lot of different perspectives, which is great. And just trying to absorb it all as much as I can.
Is there anyone specifically that's taken you under their wing or that you've like grown a strong friendship with?
Yeah, Sydney Leroux was the main one. She obviously was in the position that they wanted me into, so she helped me so much. And not even just soccer-wise, which she helped me great, but like mentally, and she was just really caring, so which is hard to find. And she genuinely like cares for me, and we're very close, so I love her.
Yeah, that can't always be easy if you're going for the same position. To genuinely like care and want that person to do well, like says a lot about that person. So
yeah,
she's great. That's amazing. Yeah, Sydney's awesome. So you grew up watching her, right? Like,
yeah, which makes it even better. Yes.
Yeah, that's got to be surreal.
And I'm like, wait, I'm like hanging out with Sydney Leroux. Sometimes I'm like,
That is so cool. Are you playing in the yard with her kids? I love all the videos of that. Yeah, I love the videos of them playing back there. That's amazing. Who's like the funniest in the locker room?
Claire's pretty funny. Alana's pretty funny. I think everyone's funny, honestly. But Sid's definitely the funniest. She hasn't been there in a while, but she would always come in with like the funniest stories ever. But yeah, actually Sid for sure.
What about who on the team like is always bring 100% at practice?
Honestly, everyone, but I would say Claire is for sure always locked in. I think she just has like so much fun. You can just tell she genuinely loves being out there. I think Alyssa always works hard. Pretty much everyone, honestly. Everyone's always putting their best foot forward.
Was there any point throughout your playing career where you had a moment where you're like, I'm not having fun anymore playing soccer? Like, this isn't fun. Like, I'm either not in the right headspace to be enjoying soccer, or a coach is ruining it for me, or a toxic team, or anything like that. And then I'm just curious if you had that feeling, and then how did you get back to the place where you feel like you're having fun playing? Because I feel like it's very, you watch you play now and you can tell you're like just truly enjoying it.
Yeah.
You're having fun in the moment, even though I'm sure you're like locked in and super intense, but like I feel like you can feel that off of someone when they're playing. So I'm just curious, did soccer ever lose its fun for you along the way?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of highs and lows in any sport you play. My freshman year of college, I had a great year. Probably the best year you could probably like pick, and like going in, I couldn't have imagined it being better. So then obviously the bar is set really high and everything went so well. So it's kind of scary because then you're like, oh, like, how's it going to get better than this? You know, I would say my sophomore and junior year of college, we definitely struggled a little bit. For myself, I would just say I've honestly always enjoyed it. There's been moments where I think it was my junior year, I like kind of like couldn't score. I was in like a funk. And I think once I started thinking about like, I can't score, it was just like, I need to score. Like, I need to score. So I was like, all I was thinking about, and I kind of like lost the plot of like the actual game and like what I needed to focus on. And it was kind of just playing like that mental battle with myself. And then all it takes is one goal to break out of that. And I knew that. So I was thinking about that too. Like, I just need one. So sometimes like you want it too much and then you're overthinking it.
It's a great note to add though. Like, you already have enough pressure on yourself. Like, you don't need to be a little voice in your head that's just adding more pressure on top. Because but if you can catch yourself when you're doing that, you realize the way that you're kind of sucking the fun out of it again. So I love that's a great piece of advice.
All right, let's dive into some rapid fire. They're all fun questions. What's one word your teammates would use to describe you?
They call me Jock, so I would have to say Jock. I need to explain that. Like, they kind of like say that I'm like a frat boy. I don't know. The way that I talk and stuff, they say that I sound like a frat boy.
I love it. That's great. All right, are you a TikTok or an IG scroller?
TikTok for sure. I tried to get into IG when they like shut TikTok down, but it's just not the same.
Do you have a like most embarrassing moment on the field that you could think of?
I mean, the other day at training, I like tripped on the ball and like Alyssa was cracking up. So
it's bad when you get everyone else is genuinely laughing at you, but you also need to laugh at yourself in that moment. Yeah.
No, it was funny, but definitely a little embarrassing.
All right, what is one Olympic sport that you would not come last in?
Snowboarding. I'm gonna say.
All right. Have you been? Did you snowboard your whole life?
Never snowboarded once in my life.
Oh, nice. But you
actually, I have. I used to snowboard on my neighbor's hill, and I was using like Walmart snowboards.
There you go. Yeah. Imagine with the best technology on like perfect slopes.
Steep, and I was pretty good. I think that I did.
What's one thing you can't travel without for soccer?
Energy drink for sure. I need an energy drink before a game. My teammates
you are a frat boy.
Yeah, God bless you.
They don't like the energy drinks. They're like, you're drinking that, really? And I'm like, yeah. I don't care if it's not good.
That's the youth in you. That's great.
Yeah.
So before a game, you are not the like cool, calm, and collected, like to myself. You are like, hype me up, get that heart rate elevated.
Music blasting and
all right.
Energy drinks.
I'm getting the Jock thing now. This is good.
Yeah.
What music are you listening to pregame? Definitely
rap. I do like rap a lot, but that's definitely when I feel like it's most appropriate to like blast some rap.
All right. If you could have dinner with any athlete in the world, any sport, who would it be?
I don't know. I want to say like Serena Williams. I feel like she would be really cool.
She'd be a good one.
Yeah.
Did you watch any other sports growing up?
I loved watching basketball. Like Caitlin Clark has been on my TikTok For You page, and I've been loving her videos. I love the way that she like speaks. She's a baller. Yeah.
Yeah, she is. What's one food you could eat every day and never get sick of?
Steak, easily, like a ribeye or like a ribeye or filet mignon. But I need A1 sauce with my steak.
All right. And on an ideal off day, what activity you're going to make sure that you do?
I'm a huge beach guy, so absolutely. I don't know if that counts does that count as an activity?
Yeah,
or-
go to the beach. Hell yeah, that's a great way to spend an off day.
Yeah, that's every time. I'm a huge, like, I love tanning, so I check the UV index the night before, and I'm like, if the UV's high, I'm planning out. I'm waking up early, getting there. I usually don't like waking up early, but I will wake up early so that I can get to the beach in time to get all of the UV index. Love the ocean.
So playing for a team that was centrally located in the middle of the United States just would not have worked for you.
Yeah, no, not as much as this one.
You ended up in the right place then. That's great.
Yeah, totally.
All right, and last question. What is your biggest soccer girl problem? Are your tan lines horrific from having to train in the sun all the time?
Well, it doesn't sound like it because she's got the
Honestly,
UV beach
no,
day.
I tried to balance them out.
It's a skill. That takes a lot of effort to like undo what soccer does.
I would say like maybe like my feet aren't as pretty as I want them to be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like as a girl, you obviously want to have like really pretty feet. Or like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people want to have like nice feet, like when you're wearing like heels or something.
Yeah, to not be missing toenails and shit.
I'd like to say that I do have like nice feet, but like, I don't know. I feel like they could look better if they weren't like suffocated in cleats every single day for a couple hours.
Yeah, totally. No, that's a good one. That's fair. Well, Riley, thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it. We're so excited to continue to watch you crush it, get more header goals, and just have an amazing career. Congrats on everything so far. And yeah, we're excited to see your journey.
Thanks so much. This was fun.
All right, man. Riley is awesome. I feel like she's going to do such big things in her career, and I'm really excited to see her do it. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Thanks so much for listening. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast wherever you're listening. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, all that good stuff. And if you haven't already, leave us a review. We would appreciate it. Stay hydrated out there. Bye.
Soccer girls, you know we got some problems, so tune in on where we talking how to solve them. We might laugh, we might learn, we might be your game specific.